This pre-trial review is in the matter of case number CFI 026 and is being held by way of video conference before Justice Michael Black. Any orders or directions made during or after the course of this hearing will be issued by the registry in Dubai on the judge's instructions. The claimant is represented by BSA Ahmed bin Hazim and Associates LLP. Lead counsel is Mr. William Persifka. The first defendant is a litigant in person and is represented by Mr. Yousef Hawash. Will the judge and the parties' representatives please confirm that the situation is as I have stated?
Yes, confirmed.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. Okay, so Mr. Persifka, if you'd introduce the application.
Yes, Judge. Well, there are a whole series of issues between the parties, but this specific trial concerns a very net issue, and that is whether the first defendant is obliged to become a director of the second defendant. Now, there's a complicated procedural history, but just quickly to summarize, the first defendant has entered a defense, but the first defendant has not entered any witness statements. The second defendant, Alpha Seed, which is the company we're seeking to make him become director of, has not entered an acknowledgement of service. The third defendant, the DIFC Registrar of Companies, has entered an acknowledgement of service and has stated it will abide by any order of court. So no further relief, I suppose, is sought now against the third defendant.
Yes.
So there was a CMC took place in December, and a CMC order was made in January. We say we have complied with our obligations. We have served 3 witness statements, and at trial we've made standard production. And at trial, we intend to call 3 witnesses. In this respect, it might be simplest to draw the court's attention to the pre-trial checklist. And yes. I don't know if the court has it before it, but it's really the very last.
I do, yes. Thank
it's
you.
Page 107. It's the very last page of the bundle.
Yeah, I have it. Thank you.
Yes, and this was our proposal as to how the trial would run. You can see it would take something in the region of 3 hours. But this proposal, of course, is predicated on the first defendant not having any witnesses. So essentially we would be seeking a direction from the court that the trial take place in accordance with this table. But obviously, if the court is minded to order otherwise, having heard from the first defendant, we will obviously abide by that.
Okay, well, thank you. I'd better hear from Mr. Hawash. So, Mr. Hawash, you're not represented. This matter is going ahead for a trial on the 13th of June. What do you propose that the court does by way of organizing the trial?
Sorry, what I propose, for what?
There is a trial of this action to take place on the 13th of June.
Yes.
This is an administrative hearing to decide how that trial should be organized. Do you have any proposals? Do you propose to call any witnesses? Do you propose to take any part in this?
Sir, we are more than 6 months in this case, and the defender, the claimant, Mr. Marwan, he submit many times, and he asked for many hearings, and in all hearings he was failing to deliver any evidence, and he failed to reach 4 point. Now, the last hearing, it should be the last hearing was okay. Now he failed again in delivering something, so he asked again for another hearing, and also we failed, and we face some issues with the judge. He wasn't able to see the history of the case, so I don't have anything to add it on top. But again, and also I just before a few days I saw that he submit another bundle, and I saw he submit that's new evidence, and he submit new proposals, and I did not have time to reply on that. I did not have time to submit defense on that. And even
so what are you asking me to do?
Sir, I just ask you to give me some time to read what he submit. or actually, to be honest with you, I had a look for what he submit. He doesn't bring anything so new. I just need to have the next hearing to be the last hearing, and I need to stop this.
The
So
next
we
hearing,
are
the next hearing will be the last hearing. It's on the
okay.
13th of June.
Okay,
And
and
on that
13th.
occasion, hold on one second. On
Yeah,
that occasion, I will decide the case. So
yeah,
you must have all
yeah.
the material that you want to
Yes.
rely on
Okay.
before the court, before that hearing. Do you understand
Sure,
that?
sir. Yeah, sure, sir. Sure.
So when are you, so do you propose to file any additional material?
I will file within like 1 week or 10 days. I will file some materials, okay, which can help me to defend myself. But
Okay.
to be honest with you, Judge, I don't need to end again and as what I said, sir. He submit many times and always the same. He's same like same speech.
Well, we can argue,
He's
we can argue about whether he's right or wrong on the 13th. This is just a
okay.
housekeeping administrative hearing. All I want to
Okay.
know is, are you going to produce some more or some evidence for this
Yeah,
for
sure,
this case?
definitely.
And are you going to give,
I
stop
I
1
will.
second. Are you going to give evidence yourself?
Yes, yes, by
Yeah,
myself.
okay. So what you must do is
Yeah.
you must produce a witness, a statement of the evidence
Okay.
you're going to give, and
Okay.
you must produce any documents that you are going to rely on in that statement. And I'm going to give you 10 days to do it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And if you don't do it by the end of 10 days, that's it. We will just go
Okay.
ahead
It's
with the
fine.
hearing. Okay, you
It's fine.
understand that?
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
It's
so
fine. And
this
even
is like a
to be
last chance. You understand
yeah,
that?
no. To be honest with you, Josh, even if I did not do anything, his evidence, I believe is not right, and I believe is not correct. And
Well,
then he
you
will
can
take
tell
care
me
about.
all you can tell
Is
me all about
I,
that.
I yes,
You can
yes,
tell me
definitely.
all about that on
Sure,
the
sure, definitely,
13th.
sir.
All
Definitely,
we
sir.
need to know today is what I have to do by way of making administrative directions so that the trial goes ahead on the 13th.
And sir, I need to ask one questions.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, sir, we had like 3, 4 times hearings, and we submit many times documents, and we read to just he just need like argument right now is only for 1 or 2 points. Now I don't know why he again submit some things related to the old points which we it should pass and it should be done from many hearings before. So I don't know. So should I resubmit again defense for those points, or you will not look at it?
No, I will look, because you're a litigant in person, you're not representing, I will look at anything that you want to put before the court, as long as you abide by the time limit that I'm going to impose, okay?
Sure, sir, but I'm talking about his submission, because he's submitting right. The last submit includes some points which it should be done from long time, and should be. We had many argument about it before, and the judge before he closed that points. I don't know why he opened it again, but by the last
There's
submission.
only one point. There's only one point. There's only
Yes.
one point in this case, is whether you should be a director of the company, and Mr. Khadour should not be a director of the company. That's all I have to decide. So
Okay, that's fine. That's fine, sir. That's fine.
that's the only
Okay.
thing that I have to decide on the 13th of June. Are you the
That
director, or is he the director? Is that a fair summary, Mr. Presivka, of what we're
Yeah,
going to hear?
yes,
Yes.
that's it.
So that's all I'm concerned with. So I'm going to give you one last chance to put in what evidence you want to put in, and a statement. If you don't give a statement a written statement of what evidence you want to give, then you can't give evidence as a witness. You understand that?
Yes, sure,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. So what we need to do is work out whether we have enough time on the 13th of June. Mr. Prasivka, you've said that you've estimated the hearing at, I think, 4¼ hours there. If Mr. Hawash does not give evidence, he's going to give evidence. So we're going to have to allow a bit longer, I think, than that.
Yes, I would be hopeful to conclude within 1 day. That would be my hope. So we will have 3 witnesses, and then
Yes.
the first defendant, I assume, will be giving evidence. There will be 4 witnesses in total.
And Mr. Hawash will be able to address me on what he says is the position. It doesn't allow in this timetable you put forward for his submissions.
No.
And so we're going to set aside a full day on the 13th of June rather than the half day that you suggested.
Yes, I agree with that, Judge.
Yes, let me just have a look at the diary. Yes, there's nothing else in my list that day. Okay, so we can change. Yes, we can change that to a full day. That's fine. Good. Is there anything else, Mr. Prasivka, that needs to be dealt with at this
Just
stage?
one minor matter. So in the event that the first defendant is given liberty to file a witness statement within 10 days, I would
Yes.
then seek an additional 10 days to reply if necessary.
Well, that gives us 3 weeks. How does that fit in with the timing?
Well, if say the first defendant were to file his witness statement by the 19th, which is next Friday, so that's only 9 days. But then say potentially I was to have until the 26th of May, say 1 week, to file the reply if necessary. It may not be necessary.
Okay, well, I'm let me just again get the diary up. Forgive me 1 second, I closed it. Okay, so today is 10th of May. I'm minded to, you said the 19th. I'd probably give, in fact, yeah, we've got time. I'm going to give Mr. Hawash until the 22nd. So he has an extra weekend,
Yeah.
and I'm going to give him permission to serve a witness statement and any documents he relies upon annexed to that witness statement. And I'm very happy if you have until the 29th, until you have until the 2nd of June. Okay, so 26th May and the 2nd of June to respond. And again, if there are additional documents, they can be annexed to the witness statement.
Yes. I would propose that anything submitted by the first defendant, we will then upload to the trial bundle, and we will
yes,
share
it must be. Yeah.
Yes. Now, and I would say that, though, obviously we would reserve our position, say, for them to take, say, a hearsay objection, for example.
Oh, certainly admissibility. Yes, I mean uploaded without prejudice to admissibility.
Yes, exactly. Yes. That. And would the court like to fix a date for the uploading of the bundles?
Yes. Let me have a look at my diary. So if we're looking at of June. Yeah. 5th. Yeah, well, if we could perhaps aim for the 5th of June, if that's doable, 5th or 6th of June, whichever is probably 6 gives you a little bit. Yeah.
6 give us an extra day over. Yes, that may work.
Okay.
And there may be scope for a very brief skeleton argument from the claimant, perhaps to be filed on the Friday before.
Yes, I'm content Yes, yes, because it's not till Tuesday. 9th June, skeletons. Yep. Okay, happy with that. Do you need, are the witnesses giving evidence in person, or this is all,
I think it will all
this
be
is
online. The witnesses are
it's
all
all
based.
remote, is it?
It's all remote. The witnesses are all based in Dubai, but I think remote would probably be most convenient.
Okay, so it's a remote hearing, that's fine. Good. Let me just explain what we've just been saying, Mr. Hawash.
Yes.
So you have until the 22nd of May. You'll get a notification from the court of this, and you can file any witness evidence you want to file. That's a statement of what you're going to say, or any witness you want to bring. You can bring a witness as well if you wanted to. But there has to be a statement from you and anybody else who's going to give witness evidence, and you can exhibit, you can add any documents that you want to rely on to that statement.
Sure.
But
Definitely.
if you don't do that, that's it. You can't use that evidence. Okay, so that's a drop dead date. You understand
Yeah.
that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
It's fine.
So then the other side have, because they're the claimants, they have the opportunity to respond to that. And I've given them until the 2nd of June to respond to that if they want to file any further evidence or documents. All of those documents are going to be then uploaded to the court's website, to the document bundle, by the 6th of June. On the 9th of June, if you wanted to write anything to me ahead of the hearing, if you wanted to say anything to me further about what they've said, you can put that in. You can put a document in with your position. They're going to do the same so that I know what everybody's saying, because on the 13th of June, we're going to have the final hearing. Okay? And it'll be a final hearing like this. It'll be a remote hearing, but a bit more formal because we're going to be having evidence from the witnesses.
Definitely.
And we've set aside a full day for that. And after that, I will decide who is right and who is wrong. Okay?
Okay, sure. That's your
All
point,
right.
sir. Yeah,
Okay. So you understand all of that, do you?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to tell me?
No, I'm fine.
And you're happy with that, are you?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Good. Okay. Well, we'll get it organized and we will see this through. Okay?
Okay.
So, Mr. Presica, anything else
No,
we
no,
need
thank
to
you.
address?
Perhaps
Okay,
the
well,
cost of this hearing to be reserved, or cost of
yeah,
the court,
obviously, yes, yeah. Super. Thank you very much
Thank you very
indeed. I appreciate both of you attending today and getting this organized. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
And I'll see you both on the 13th of June.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good day.